there guys, hi, welcome back to Ubik. We're here to do the discussion on the finale episode for Game of Thrones. Season 6, episode 10. And before anything else, if you haven't seen the episode, please stop right now, go watch. It's an amazing 1 hour episode. And then come back and watch this review. My name is Rafael and I'm here with
Andres.
And yeah, let's get this started. So what do you think, Andres? What do you think overall about the episode?
Well, I think there was no better way to end the season, really. They closed many things, many plots that were going around. They clearly pointed at the things that are going to happen.
Mm-hmm.
Again, we don't know what's going to happen next, but we have a fair idea where everything is going. And I think there's no better way to end the season. And, compared to last season, Jon Snow died last season, and you were just struggling trying to wait, but at least this time there were no cliffhangers like that. You were like, I can't wait for the next season, but I can survive the next year, until we get shown the new episode.
I couldn't put it better myself, if I'm honest. Like, if I'm honest, that's the thing. At least you won't be killing yourself asking those questions all year. You want to see it and you can't wait to see it, but...
And you've got questions there, which are very interesting, but nothing like, it was satisfying. It was satisfying, that they showed you everything you wanted to know, and they want you to, want more. And I'm, at least myself.
And we do, and we do. So yeah, let's take a deeper look into the episodes.
Yeah, well, main things that happen really. Well, first of all, I think CERSEI. And you were talking about this as well. I think when she basically, with the wildfire and she killed everyone. Basically, it's High Sparrow, Marjorie, her brother. Her father, basically, all the descendants of the House Tyrell, they have no one now. I mean, maybe distant cousins, but no one like. And that was very Game of Thrones, like you said, because I think in the last couple of episodes we had many good things happening, like Ramsay dying and Jon Snow surviving the battle along with all his friends. They all survived except for the giant, but good things happening, and Jon Snow revived. Well, this is tragic in a way,
Yeah, it's like, because usually Game of Thrones is this show that is unforgiving. That's the word. It's unforgiving. If you screw up this one time, you're dead. That's how it works.
Like Robb Stark, for instance. Yeah.
Exactly. And you see the High Sparrow has been playing all season. He's been playing at us. He's been trying to manipulate people and play out of his league and play the Game of Thrones. And when you play the Game of Thrones, either win or you die.
Yeah,
and that's what happens.
And at some point we thought he was in control. I mean, the High Sparrow really manipulating Marjorie and really keeping the crown at bay with Tommen, obviously.
Yeah.
And now everything's gone. So I think it was again the best surprise of the episode. Really, it was and then Tommen basically. I mean, Tommen dying.
That was for me the biggest surprise of the episode.
Yeah.
When that like very calm shot, no music, and him
Silence,
just jumping off the window, and he's like, okay, that's a thing.
And in a way, talking about character development, because he was being manipulated by, he was always doing whatever someone else told him to do.
Exactly.
But this was his choice, his decision. He said, I'm not doing nothing for anybody anymore. I'm just gonna opt out from this whole thing.
I think like while he was falling off the roof, he was like giving the finger to everyone.
Yeah.
Screw you guys.
Massive, yeah, absolutely.
Like, no, never again.
But then again, now she's a queen, and now she's got so many enemies. So the question is, where's she gonna get the allies from? Because House Martell align with the Tyrells, and well, we're gonna talk about this later. But the point is, who's gonna stand by her side?
No one, if I'm honest. No one. Like, she has no one.
Yeah.
I mean, maybe her brother, and that's a big maybe.
Maybe, but her, Jaime's son, because obviously it was their son died as well. So Jaime may not feel like
I think this might be like the last
season for Cersei.
thing. It might be like Jaime at this point might be like, you know what? No, he had to kill one king.
Yeah.
He had to kill one king because he wanted to do exactly what she did.
Yeah.
And now she did it. So for me, it's like, are we gonna see the Queenslayer? Please, let's end the next season with Jaime killing her. That would be so much better.
Or maybe Jaime might choose to retire and say, you know what, I'm going to meet up with Brienne and I'm going to do the right thing for once in my life.
That'll be amazing. That'll be amazing.
Then we talk about Jon and Sansa, basically.
That weird relationship.
Yeah, and basically, exactly, their relationship and how it seems to have changed a bit, because in the beginning, Sansa did not tell him that she called for Baelish, for Lord Baelish, and anyway, she was keeping things away from him, like she didn't trust him, and now you can see that they're a lot closer, maybe.
So they're closer, especially, I mean, compared to, let's say, first season when she kept on making jokes about him being a bastard.
Yeah.
But after all this whole situation, I think they're on the same page. For now, they're on the same page. They're being pulled apart, with Jon like being crowned king. We'll talk about
king in the north, and now Lord Baelish telling her, look, we can rule the Seven Kingdoms
by ourselves.
Yeah, and then she might feel like she's been left out in a way, the same way she was left out in the war meeting, basically in the war room. They were planning the war, she was left out because nobody wanted her.
So so they're being but they're on the same page right now. They got to know if they're happy with all this situation.
But who knows what might happen?
Who knows? Because I mean, like, she's been like, all she learned from all these seasons is that she needs to find power. She needs to get power. She needs to get in a position of power.
Yeah.
A little bit like Littlefinger in a way.
Yeah.
And then you have Jon, who is just worried about the Whites and he just wants to defend from what's coming from the north.
Yeah.
So it's not exactly the same thing. I don't know. It's one of those big question marks for the next season. It's like, what's going to happen? What's going to be their decision? What is their agenda?
Yeah, absolutely. Well, anyway, we'll see what happens with them. Then we've got the basically this new alliance with the Tyrells and the Martell House
Tyrells?
Yeah.
House Tyrell?
Yeah, House Tyrell and House Martell. Yes. Yeah. And again, we have more enemies. Basically, all this means is that Cersei's got enemies everywhere now.
It's the enemy of my enemy is my friend, right? I mean,
yeah.
Especially the whole thing, like, at the end of the scene, we see Varys, he shows up and he's like,
yes.
What's up? Like, now he's this mastermind is behind all of this, and he's getting these extremely powerful houses to go against. And honestly,
and to be allies with Daenerys. So basically, we have Daenerys having now support in Westeros.
Dragons, army, ships, Dothraki.
Yeah.
2 huge Westeros families, and the biggest one, in my opinion, is Tyrells. Because here's the thing. The Tyrells, they've talked about this already, they have the power to destroy King's Landing by themselves. The Tyrells are the ones who control the farming. So they're the ones who have the wheat. If they stop supplying wheat to Westeros, to King's Landing, they will starve out eventually. That's something that was a threat before, she made that threat before, and she can finally go for it. Thinking
about the plot though, and what's going to happen next season with Cersei, I'm sure that the whole point of the story will be for Cersei to be a formidable opponent to all these forces. But where's she going to get them from? I mean, allies. Maybe the new king of the Greyjoy house. Yeah. Anyway, this guy, the uncle of maybe get them. But that may not be enough. So what's going to happen? Maybe just one episode, they invade King's Landing, Cersei dies, and it seems like not very Game of Thrones like.
I don't know. Do you think it's going to be like a suicidal mission? Like they go in and all of a sudden they just explode all the wildfire? Or the dragons come in and they explode something they shouldn't?
I don't know. But I think that there's got to be something more than just this, because right now it seems like Cersei's got everything to lose. Like she hasn't got any support from anybody. More than just, one house.
True. And it might... Do you remember when Daenerys had those visions when he went to that black and white house or whatever?
Oh, the castle was destroyed, right?
Exactly.
Yeah.
And she goes, it's Westeros, it's King's Landing, and everything is destroyed. And we never know if that was a reality, if there was alternate realities of like what could possibly happen. Maybe that's what's going to happen. Maybe just King's Landing is going to be gone.
That's a very good point. Maybe that's what's happening. Well, then talking about Daenerys, basically. So, she leaves Dario behind, and what do you think that means? I mean,
I think it was a very, very stupid scene. Honestly, I'm sorry.
I agree with you absolutely.
I'm a very cynical person, and when it comes to this, it's like I'm sorry to tell you, she doesn't love you. You might be good in the sack, sure. It's good after war. She comes home and she has a nice, relaxing time with you, but she doesn't love you. Like she has other plans. She has another agenda. It's like, she's this very ambitious woman, and she doesn't fall on that standard where she needs a man and all this. No, she has this dream, she has this ambition, and she's going to do everything she can to get to it.
But it would seem like now he's been discarded for the season, because for the remainder of the series,
Yeah.
nobody cares what happens in Marine, because none of our favourite characters are there anymore.
Exactly.
And so maybe he's going to be there until Jorah moment does something and they do something together. But otherwise, I think he's pretty much dead. I mean, it's the same thing as if they had killed him, because he has no relevance now anymore in the show.
I mean, that would be a cool thing if like he went and found Jorah and all that. Maybe.
I don't know.
That's
Maybe a
actually
rivalry
really
going there, you know, because
That's-
he may feel like she chose Jorah and that's why she went away. And
Maybe that's a very good point. Maybe. Honestly, I don't know. I just feel like he's just they're not on the same page.
yeah, of
They're
course.
just completely not on the same page.
Anyway, now Tyrion has finally earned her trust. That's another thing.
Finally.
And they're finally sailing for Westeros. This is what we've been waiting for since season 1, when she was with the Thrakis and everything. And now she's finally sailing to Westeros with all the Thraki army and everything, basically.
I'm so happy. I'm so happy. Maybe the chips they'll break and they'll have to go back to the Dothraki Sea and cross it again. I don't know. It's made us watch the Dothraki Sea so many times before. But yeah, I'm happy. I'm happy
Yeah.
she has the Dothraki. She has the big army of like before slaves, you know, the ex-slaves or whatever. She has all this amazing team. She has Varys. She has Tyrion. It couldn't be better.
Yeah, and she finally left Meereen because it was getting boring. The whole thing was the same story again, the slavers and...
They were not that interesting. I'm sorry, the sense of the RP is like, oh my god, the premise is so good. And then you just go ahead and make it the most boring thing you could.
Yeah, of course. It was more interesting anyway, in the books, but anyway, that doesn't matter anymore.
True.
But anyway, what else happening? Arya, basically.
Oh yeah, if you guys have seen any of our other episodes, you know how much we hate Arya's storyline.
Yeah, Arya became the Sansa of the show.
Yeah.
But it was just so boring to see her. Sansa didn't improve the story, but then in the very early episodes of Sansa, like season 2, was just her sitting around and complaining. With Arya was just there being blind and fighting with a stick, and then
I think it was just very inconsistent. He was like, oh she's really good, oh she's really bad,
Yeah,
oh she's really good,
again.
oh she's... And he's like, okay, stop it and just give her training and then that's it. So I was so happy when she fled from the Faceless Man.
Bravos, yeah.
From Bravos.
Yeah.
And now we see her finally taking revenge. And using those techniques as an assassin, which is a bigger deal.
Yeah.
I think it was amazing.
Yeah, and when we finally get this transformation, because we all wanted Arya to get there. Because alright, so she was a child in the beginning, innocent in a way, and and now she's finally this cold-blooded assassin, and okay, we finally get to see that happen. The only thing that I wish is that it had happened before, because I think it took a long time, too many twists that were unnecessary.
It did. It could have happened 2 episodes ago.
Yeah, absolutely.
And it wouldn't feel so rushed.
And now talking about Bran and the Tower of Joy, I think this is the moment you've been waiting for.
Guys, it finally happened. It's a Tower of Joy. It finally happened. All those crazy talks that no one believed me. It finally happened. We finally know the parentage of Jon Snow.
We do, actually, yeah.
And
well, actually talking about that, because that scene that she was whispering, and we know for sure the mother, she's obviously the mother, and we know it because there was a scene, and we know she's the mother.
exactly.
But then, when it came to the point of revealing the father, it was a whisper that got cut out, so we don't really get to know for sure who's the father. We can speculate. For instance, who do you think might be the father?
So yeah, I keep on speculating that the father would be the oldest son of the Mad King, which I forgot.
So
his name.
Targaryen then.
Targaryen,
Right,
exactly.
Basically, the one who led, the one who faced the rebellion of
Yeah, the one who had the something war. I forgot the war, but basically the one that faced Robert Baratheon.
Exactly, in the Great War and everything.
Where he died like someone like...
In the Trident, yeah.
Exactly, all his diamonds fell from his armor, all this kind of crap.
Yeah.
And it makes sense because even when he went to that war, he could have taken one of the best sword fighters he had, yet he left that sword fighter to protect
there must have been a reason why the Targaryens chose to defend this tower so fiercely.
Exactly.
But my question is, though, I understand, and that's the most plausible, most possible thing, and I think that might be what's happening. But 2 things. First, if it's so obvious, why keep it a secret? And second, as you can see, she does not look like a Targaryen. I mean, look at her hair and her eyes, and And look at Jon Snow. He does not look at all like a Targaryen. So
But wait. The point is not that she's a Targaryen. She's a Stark.
no, I know. Sorry.
Yeah.
But the point is,
Yeah,
is that
yes.
Jon Snow himself, sorry, does not look at all like a Targaryen.
I totally agree with you, and that's why you're keeping on the edge here because I don't know. Like I have this idea that it must be, but yet you're making some really good points.
Yeah.
I wouldn't know how to explain it because he's like he looks as much as a Stark as you can look.
Yeah.
Black hair, curly hair, black, you know, like really white, pale skin, like, you know, British.
I don't know.
British,
Anyway.
basically.
But anyway, that's the point. Anyway,
Yeah.
but let's see what happens anyway. And
I'm just glad we got to see this and just get it out of the way because it's been teasing for so long, and even before it's been teased, people were talking about it so much, and it's good to see that Bran still has access to all of this.
all these
information.
powers from the Three-Eyed Raven.
And he's very close to the wall, to be fair. Like
Yeah.
the place where he was when he touched the tree, that's where the ravens go and take the pledge to join to be one of the brothers of the Night's Watch.
Exactly, they take their vows there.
All those huge vows and all that stuff.
Yeah, which Jon broke them all, I think.
Yeah, I mean, he died,
Yeah.
and that's what you need to be to finish. The only way to stop being a brother of the Night's Watch is to die.
Yeah, I think that was a good twist though, because he said, I died for the Night's Watch and now I'm reborn for some reason, but I paid my...
Exactly.
I did my quote, my bit, you know.
You died, so you're no longer a brother of the Night's Watch. You died, so it doesn't matter if you came back or not. I mean, it's not 2 life sentence, you know.
And basically now the question is, you know, what's going to happen? Now he's king in the north. We know that didn't go so well for the last king in the north.
I know.
But now he's king in the north, and we know he's a Stark, not Ned's son, but still Stark nonetheless.
But I mean, to be fair, he doesn't have to worry about the phrase anymore, and he has all these people behind him.
Yeah, the north basically.
Exactly. I think it's gonna be okay, and hopefully Daenerys will marry him.
Yeah, well, that makes sense in a political sense, right? But I think there's got to be a third thing happening here, because it looks like Cersei is just gonna lose, like Daenerys is gonna marry this guy and peace.
It's too easy. Yeah, it's too easy.
Maybe what's happening is that the Night King might come right when Daenerys is coming, and everything will get fucked. You know, I mean, scrambled. Yeah. You know, we keep hearing that winter is coming. Ned Stark would say it. And finally, as we see, winter is here. They get the White Raven.
And it's kind of funny, by the way. It's like a bit of a comic relief because they're like the same thing as us. They've been hearing that the winter is coming for so long, and now they finally get the Raven, and he's like,
yeah.
You know what? The winter is here.
Yeah, and I think that means then Night King is finally coming, and
yeah.
And I think that's the third element that will make next season more interesting, because otherwise it's going to be an easy battle against Cersei and it ends. You know.
It's not about if the winter is coming; it's who's bringing the winter.
Yeah, of course.
I think he makes that point when he makes his speech.
Yeah. He was saying we can't wait out the storm because this guy is bringing the storm
Exactly.
with him. Yeah.
Exactly. Well, that's
anyway, now we have to wait like a year for the next season.
Oh man, it's just like that's the worst part about Game of Thrones.
Yeah,
it's like you're so pumped, and then you're like, oh, a year from now you'll get another episode. Hopefully.
Yeah, hopefully.
I mean, it's gonna be a hard year. And they're gonna be teasing us with all this shooting and like all this.
No, I never look at pictures online. Never. I stay away from anything related to Game of Thrones.
I try not to. But they do have like some nice behind the scenes that have no spoilers at all. They just say, oh, we're shooting in Spain, or we're shooting in this, we're shooting in that. And at the end of the day, you know where they're gonna be shooting, because if there's gonna be a lot of scenes in the north, they're gonna be shooting in New Zealand, Iceland, whatever. I don't even know where they shoot those.
Yeah, of course.
But all those places. But yeah.
Anyway, that's it for Game of Thrones. Yeah. End of the season.
End of the season, guys. We'll see you in a year.
Yeah.
Hopefully.
Well, concerning Game of Thrones, because we'll still be doing other things. But
exactly. Just keep an eye on Ubik. Subscribe, like our channel, and
leave a comment below if we missed anything, or there's some theory that you think might happen, something that we perhaps missed, and
And the biggest question, tell us on the comments below, who is Daenerys gonna marry? Hopefully me. And we'll see you next time. And that's Ubik how.